before this video starts, I just want to say that there'll be 2 videos out today. The second video, which is sort of part of this, will be the full gameplay of what I'm playing in the background Verdun. So if you've watched this and you're still interested in the game, then you can go watch that full clip and you can see all the gameplay features. Thanks for watching. So today I decided to make this video because I checked out one of my older videos, having a look at the comments, and a lot of people were saying, should I buy this game, should I not? And I thought, I haven't really done a review, and this isn't really a review, it's sort of more of a recommendation on what I would suggest you do if you're interested in buying the game. Obviously, whether you want the game or not is your choice, but maybe what I'm about to say might help you out a bit. So firstly, I'm going to go into some of the issues with the game, and one of the things that you should be aware of before possibly purchasing it. One of the biggest issues on Verdun at the minute is the glitches, and the glitches have, every map has a certain amount of glitches, and some of these, they're not game breaking, but they can piss you off. And there's things such as, when you're running through trenches, getting stuck on branches and things. Sometimes I've known guns not to fire, I've known people to have glitchy grenades, I've known people to get shot when they've been out of cover, in cover, and then they die sort of after they've peaked. So sometimes obviously that can be down to connection and things, but there is certain aspects, there's large glitches which really affect gameplay sometimes. As I say, they're not game breaking, people can still play around them, and I play around them, and there's a lot of other, there's a few other people who play around them as well. But glitches are something that you should be aware of if you're going to buy the game now in the current state it is, that there is many of them. Now, there is also something that can be game breaking to some people, and it's not a glitch, it's more, I'm not sure what it is, it's more of an error code, and I've done a video on how to fix it, but it's called fix authorized request and fix connection or something. So before you play multiplayer, this will come up on screen, and what it will say is that you can't actually get into the game. Now there is fixes around it, but if you don't know them fixes, it can almost be seen as game breaking. You've spent your money to buy this game and then you can't actually play multiplayer. You can, of course, if you do have that glitch, play offline and other offline game modes, but it can be fixed. So if you're having a fix authorization problem, you can check out the video on the channel. But it's something you should be aware of if you're wanting to purchase the game. Graphically, the game isn't amazing. It's not the worst. I've seen much worse games, but for the price you're paying, it's not too bad. Again, sometimes the graphics link in with the glitches. Sometimes the graphics are bad because of glitches, and sometimes trees can buffer and grounds can buffer. But it's not something that's, again, game breaking, and it's more the core gameplay details which personally keep me playing Verdun more over the graphics. So the graphics aren't great, but once you get to the core gameplay elements, it doesn't bother you. But again, some people are really bothered by graphics. In other games I think I would be, maybe for more storyline based games, but because this is such a big multiplayer game, well, I say big, I mean multiplayer focused game, graphics aren't really too important, and again, because of the price, it's not too much of a hassle. Now, the biggest issue with this game, that if there's anything that I'd like to make new gamers, new people who are interested in purchasing this game, is the player base. Because of the current state this game's in, with no updated graphics, a lot of glitches, and as I say, that fix authorization glitch which is stopping a lot of people playing the game because they don't know how to fix it, the player numbers are really down on both Xbox and PS4. Now, I've managed to get in contact with people who play Xbox via the comment section on YouTube, and they say they're hitting numbers of below 10 people on certain servers. Now, it's important to make you aware that in Verdun, I think there's 4 servers. You've got an Asian one, a European one, a US one, and an Australian one. And only 2 of these servers are ever active. And depending on what time you're playing in the day, only one of them may be active. So the UK one is normally active. Well, I can't tell you when it's active because of the different time zones and where you may come from. But again, I've got a video on the channel which shows that. But what I'm trying to say, what the point is here, is that the player numbers are really down on both PS4 and console. A few months back, it got down to about 50 players a night, which wasn't actually too bad because you could get into a full game most times. as long as you get into a full game, I don't think anyone's asked really. I don't think people are too bothered. But I've been playing it this week, and then the last week I was live streaming it earlier, and I was only getting a maximum of around 15 to 20 players in the game. It's still okay to play through. Having 15 to 20 players isn't bad, but it would be better if we could get a full server. And this is something that puts people off completely, which is understandable. I mean, if you just bought this game and you come on, you know, and it's multiplayer based, and you come on and you know that you haven't got a full server and there's hardly anyone playing, it's going to be frustrating. But what I would say, if you have bought the game and you can't find players, check the different servers, even the Australian and Asian one, because there still might be players in there. But usually stick to the US and UK one and switch between the two depending on what time you're playing. If that hasn't put you off and you're still interested in the game, there is some good news about Verdun. Now, 3 months ago I made a video on a PS4 update and Xbox update for Verdun. It's been released by the developers that there is a big update coming, and the Tannenberg DLC for Verdun on PC has been complete now, and you can actually go on PC and you can see the new updates for Verdun. And what they've done is they've improved graphics, they've added bots and improved glitches. So this is meant to be coming to PlayStation and Xbox. We just don't know when. We haven't got a release date yet because they're working on it. Because, well, my reasoning, I think the reason it's taken so long is because it's hard to transfer PC mechanics to console, because it's a completely different type of coding and things like that. But as I say, there's a new update coming. So overall, ultimately, if I was a Verdun player, if I was as a Verdun player telling someone who's interested in buying the game, I would say hold off for now. And people will be angry with me saying that, especially hardcore Verdun players, because they'll be like, get more players on, we need more players. And me telling you to not buy the game at the minute might put people off. But the reason I say this is because I don't want people spending money on a game and for it not to be what they were expecting. Because I've had that, you know, recently. I bought a game actually a few months back for £30. Wasn't what I was expecting. It was awful, and I was really angry. So I don't want people wasting money on games which might not have their, you know, get their expectations. So until this new update is released, don't buy Verdun, I would say, just because there's too many problems with the game. But I mean, if you can look past the problems, the core gameplay elements and squad work is brilliant, and it is immersive when it gets going. It's just at the minute getting it going is extremely hard. Every now and then you'll be lucky, you'll find a good game to get in. But as I say, I'm just warning you, at the minute I would hold off. But if it hasn't put you off, you know, get it, personal preference, as I say. If you enjoyed this video, please check out the other videos on the channel. As I say, I'm going to upload the full gameplay of this in the background, so if you still want to look at more core gameplay elements, you can watch this. This is the offline game mode I'm playing here. This is squad defence, so this may interest you anyway. I think at the minute on PS4, in pounds, I think it's only around £7, £5 to £7. So it is cheap. So I suppose it is worth a go for some people, others it might not be. I hope this video helped, guys, and thanks for watching.